The other day, I was talking to a friend who's new to sewing, and she was getting really frustrated that her seams were coming undone. She thought that something was wrong with her sewing machine, or that it could even be the quality of her thread. But it was something more simple than that. She wasn't securing her stitches at the beginning and end of her seams. And to tell you the truth, I did the exact same thing when I first started sewing. So that's where I got the idea for today's video. If this is happening to you, you are definitely not alone. So why do you really need to backstitch? Backstitching locks your stitches in place, and it's important because without it, the moment a little bit of stress is put on the seam, or if you put it through the washing machine, it will come apart. So let me show you the difference between not backstitching and backstitching. Have a look at this seam here that has no backstitching. The moment that I pull a little bit on it, you can see that the stitches are coming undone. Now look at this one. I have backstitch, and even though I'm pulling on the fabric, you can see that the stitches are not coming undone. It is holding the fabric together very tightly. You can think of it like tying a knot with your threads, but you're actually doing it with your sewing machine. So let me show you how you can do it. Start by sewing 1 to 2 stitches in from the edge, but not directly on the edge, because if you start too close, your machine might eat your fabric, especially if it's lightweight. So 1 to 2 stitches forward, and then you can push your reverse button or press down on a reverse lever, whichever your machine has, and go back 2 to 3 stitches. Then just keep on going forward as usual. When you reach the end, press your reverse button again and go back 2 to 3 stitches, and then you're done. You've just locked your seams. Now, backstitching is good for most seams, but there are a few times where you don't want to be using it. For example, when you are basting. When using a basting stitch, it is normally a longer length stitch, and you are using it to temporarily hold layers of fabric together. So you will be removing those stitches later on, which means you don't really need to backstitch. Another occasion is when you are top stitching on visible areas like collars, hems, or even on bags. For these occasions, to reduce the bulk and the cluster of stitches at one point, you can simply thread the top thread through a needle and pass it to the back of your work and tie a knot. Like that, there will be no visible bumps or a cluster of stitches on the right side of your work. And while we are on the topic of bags, let me show you my first bag pattern I have ever designed. Promotion aside, it's perfect for you to practice your backstitching, top stitching, and basting stitches. Enough of that. Oh, and I forgot, you can get my pattern at BeeSilva.co.uk, and I will leave the link to that in the description box below. Now back to the video. Different fabrics act differently with the backstitching too. Earlier on, I mentioned lightweight fabrics. Now this is fabrics like chiffon, and if you start at the edge of the fabric, not only will the machine maybe eat it, but you also may create a lot of puckers, so give it a bit of space. And with heavier fabrics like denim or canvas, you can start a little bit closer to the edge because they are sturdier. So the next time you're at your sewing machine, don't forget to backstitch at the beginning and end of your seams. It's quick and easy, and it will definitely keep your project together. Can you do me a favor? If this video helped you out today, definitely give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more. That's it from me today. Bye for now.